My name is Jaydeep Singh. I manage the Kaspersky business for the India region. Exciting time for us. As a lot of our viewers, your ecosystem will know, Kaspersky is one of the leaders when it comes to the space of cybersecurity for the last 28 odd years. Today we have solutions from the endpoint, storage, protection, server protection, right up to things like industrial cybersecurity, proactive feeds for threat intelligence, DFI, takedown services, and it's an ever-expanding portfolio for us. What we're looking at is a very exciting time for the next 3 to 5 years, both from a product perspective, from augmenting the resources, as well as to commit more resources from Kaspersky in the region. So I think a good question, and it's been around 6 months for me in Kaspersky, and it's been every customer, every partner I've met have been very encouraging. They've been very positive about our products and services. We have a great team in place, and then my job is not to. My job is primarily to ensure that we make small corrections, not major changes. I think it's just a matter of changing the guard from maybe a leg stump to a middle stump at times, and that is a dramatic change in your overall GTM. So what we're doing is right now is creating a lot of programs for our partners, enablement programs. We are doing a lot of hands-on training for them, creating programs which make their overall order execution simpler, getting a lot of incentive programs for them to reach out to the prospective customers. I think that's one part of the story. What we're also doing is investing a lot of time and effort with creating people who are well versed with the technology, with Kaspersky products and services, and spreading the overall distribution business for us, both from enterprise as well as mid-market perspective. What we are also doing is we are augmenting the resources considerably in the region, adding people, adding people with different skill sets, from enterprise to vertical specialists to solution architects, and you'll be seeing a lot of new people joining in over the next maybe couple of months' time. So these are pretty exciting times from us. And I think more and more, if you've seen the evolution of mobile handsets, from simple phone calls, SMS, to I think the entire world around mobiles now. So there are 3 areas where I think Kaspersky is great value. One is that we have programs to do for app developers, where we can sort of create, insert some of our products into their app, which are called scan engines, which can scan for ransomware, which can scan for any kind of viruses at the app level. So we can do that for them. Second is on the mobile handset itself. We have come up with a product called the Kaspersky operating system, which is called the COS platform, and it is targeted towards mobile handsets manufacturers. It's an immutable OS, which means that it can't be broken into, which means it does not require an antivirus deployment itself. So in a way, if a mobile manufacturer adopts the COS platform for creating their handsets, it actually does not require an antivirus. So we cannibalize our own product line to some way, but it ensures huge amount of security for the customers, and for handset manufacturers, it reduces their entire go-to-market. Rather than creating their own operating system, their time investment gets saved. So we are really excited about the Kaspersky operating system. You have seen some of the coverage around that in the region, and then we've signed a couple of MOUs in the APAC region for vendors who are interested to develop their product lines on the COS platform. So there'll be people who would use that technology, AI or machine learning, for trying to leverage that in ways which are not very legal, and there'll be entities who will be using that to counter those threat vectors. So it is a cat and mouse game at times. I think technology has great advantages. At the same time, we need to be cognizant of the fact that it can be used negatively. From an Kaspersky perspective, what we're doing is we already invested a lot of AI learning into our own processes, some of our services per se, and then we continue to leverage that. Now, what we also do is that I mentioned the human element. Now, Kaspersky has a team of researchers. We call them the global research team, great team, and they monitor more than 400 APT groups globally on a daily basis. And that's a great support to whatever is there on the technology side. So I think it's a mix of both technology and people, which will be important. And I tell you, it's given great results for us, for our customers, when we provide those services to them. So I think the velocity and intensity of attacks are increasing. And when I say the direction of attacks, I think the traditional cybersecurity attacks are becoming bigger, stronger, but the direction is also changing towards things like industrial cybersecurity. We are seeing a lot of threat vectors trying to penetrate the industrial units, whether it's in utilities, whether it is factories. I think those are areas which have changed direction over the last a year's time or so, maybe a couple of years. And because of that, we are seeing a lot of customers taking interest. Traditionally, manufacturing houses, infrastructure units have not really invested too much on the cybersecurity side. We've assumed that it is an air-gapped environment. They cannot be broken into. But we are seeing a lot of threat vectors taking interest, and the customers also taking interest to protect themselves around that space. Now, Kaspersky has two specific sort of areas where we support our customers. One is, I think we've got one of the best products when it comes to the industrial cybersecurity. They're the kicks for nodes and kicks for networks. We are the only ones in the world which have also got the threat intelligence ICS feeds, which is protecting you with the TI feeds for the industrial production, utility, and infrastructure players, which they can assimilate into their SOC environments. So these are two areas where Kaspersky is got great, I think, product and services, and I think we will see a lot of traction going forward on that. Yeah, so again, great point, and what I wanted to emphasize is that 100% of our business is channel driven. We have a two-tier model of business. It's a distributor with partner, and partners are extremely essential for our business right now. Anyone wants to be a partner with Kaspersky, we welcome them. They can be aligned to one of the distributors. We have training programs for them, and depends on the level of training they have. For sales and pre-sales, we provide them silver, gold, or platinum level of membership. Each membership has a different amount of incentive, with could be back end or front end, and it's quite lucrative for the partners. So it's sort of advantage for them to have more trained manpower, more trained resources, which also means that the customers benefit out of that when they buy the products. We have, as I mentioned, we've got some great existing distributors, which is eCaps and Scenefonet. We have Savex as the new large enterprise distributor, as we call it, which ensures that we have now got the entire ecosystem of partners covered in the country. And then we look forward to partner with them, both with respect to enabling their skills as well as to create strong GTMs with them. From a Kaspersky internal team perspective, what we're doing is we are identifying key partners, which are the managed partners across the entire country, to ensure that we have direct touch point with those partners when it comes to enabling them with information about leveraging Kaspersky products, services, deal registrations, lead generation, how to sort of pass on those leads to the partners. So these are areas we are working very strongly with the entire ecosystem. Yeah, so from a managed partner perspective, we're looking at key managed partners would be around 50 to 60 partners across the country. and those are partners where we will invest significant of direct time with Kaspersky, both with respect to training, enablement, and the sales focus, where we pass on proactive leads, etc. to them. So there will be approximately 50 to 60 partners. We're also looking at tying up with some of the largest SI partners across the country, which are some of them would be global system integrators, some of them would be vertical focused integrators. On the industrial cybersecurity side, because as I mentioned, we are seeing a lot of interest on that for Kaspersky product lines. The breadth of the partners we are covering with our distributors. Our distributors have committed a lot of resources, and we will leverage that with them. So as of now, we would be looking at adding around 150 to 200 partners, apart from the managed partners in the country. As I mentioned, great exciting times from Kaspersky. We have 10 plus products to be launched in the country. We've just recently done a soft launch for the XDR platform, and then you see more and more. We'll be testing that with some of our customers already in the country. You'll see a lot of coverage of that in the first half of next year. And then, as I mentioned, Kaspersky XDR can be deployed both in the native XDR form or the open XDR, where we can integrate with SIMs for different other companies. What we're also looking at is the launch of additional products, which could be around which will be more towards industrial cybersecurity, whether it's the internet gateways, the secure internet gateways, kicks for nodes, kicks for networks. We're also looking at the possibility of doing a very strong partnership on the anti-drone solution. We're seeing a lot of interest on both the civil application for anti-drone, and what we're looking at is some key partners who can work with us to take that into the market. There are other products which are on the cost platform. We are seeing the potential of that, which might come up over the next maybe couple of quarters. So pretty exciting times from us across the entire portfolio. We're also augmenting as I mentioned, the threat intelligence, the DFI, incident response services as a portfolio. We're augmenting resources for that. So you'll see some exciting news around this by, I think, the second quarter of next year. We are very excited with Savix. I think Savix comes in with their own strengths, with not only about their distribution strength, but also a lot of strengths with their knowledge about the IT ecosystem, logistics, technology. We are looking at working with the Savix ecosystem from the enterprise rulebook, reaching out to the larger MSP and MSS players, looking at taking that attraction to the GSIs. Very exciting times. We've had pretty senior level discussions with the Savix team, and I think you'll see a lot of programs getting rolled out along with the Savix as a partner and their ecosystem going forward. Yeah, so a very valid point. I think training and enablement is the strongest pillar on which the entire success of any program runs. So we are doing three things. One is that we have the academic partners program, called the ATC program, academic trainers program, and we've launched that in India. There's a partner we have is 2B Innovation, and they are already rolling out training on the Kaspersky products in the country. Interested partners can interact customers and also avail of the services. There's a wide portfolio. They are backed up by, I think, a great team. So we're seeing a good traction on that side. The other side, what we're doing is that we're doing a lot of city programs where we do a full day workshop with our partners for specific product lines. We've done that for the threat intelligence services around 2 months back with around 150 partners in the entire country. And great results out of that. We're seeing a lot of interest as well as traction with those partners around the TI portfolio. So I think these are two areas, and of course investing a lot of time and effort with the MSP and the MSSP program. We see a lot of potential with the MSP and the MSSP partners, and we're seeing good results coming out of that. So one, as I mentioned, we are a completely channel-driven organization. We 100% of our business is through channel. Kaspersky is gradually moving from a point product company to a platform play. Whether it's at the endpoint, protecting the servers, protecting the storage, protecting container environments. So you see a lot of information about protecting containers. Then do the proactive services as mentioned for TI, DFI, IRR, industrial cybersecurity. So partners can, if they're looking at somebody from a point product engagement, they can look at Kaspersky, but they can look at us from a more platform play where we bring the entire completeness of the portfolio for them. So I think that's what they should be looking at. More and more programs for partner enablement as well as for partner rebate programs, which also provide incentive for them to invest time and effort to bringing a product to the end customers. So I think this is a very extremely exciting times for us to work with partners who are keen to take the Kaspersky product lines into the market, and we look forward to bringing those partners into our fold.
For more information, please visit www.ncnonline.net.